What is up, my beautiful people? Stay in the fight, man. Stay in the fight. Ladies too, moms too, but guys especially. Stay in the fight, man. I just realized like all of my brand is built upon coming back when you get knocked down. Like resurgence. Think of the name. It's about dying and then being reborn, right? It's about like having like a second chance and like coming back over and over again. It's like unshakable. It's about no matter what shitty thing happens to you, you're able to shift your perspective and find some sort of lesson and growth in that opportunity and like come back stronger, right? Figuring out how to have this resiliency, this determination, this sort of what's the word, perseverance, right? Perseverance on towards the goal. Just like our boy Paul, right? It's actually from the Bible. He's like, he's pushing on towards this prize, right? Like to the end of your life. It's like, this is the game, guys. Like we're just running this race. We're staying on this narrow road and we're just going and going and going. And you're just going to get the shit kicked out of you sometimes. And sometimes it's going to be like you're on top of the mountaintop. Sometimes you're going to dip super low. Sometimes you're just grooving. You're just doing the boring work. But like, that's the game. So like, if you're in a dip, if you're in like a really big dip, like just know that like don't fucking quit, period. Like that's the game. Like you will get out of it. I have a ton of tools. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't even work that well right away, but like through that perseverance, like you can always find your way back to God. Like he is unchanging. And that's really the game. Like that is the piece of the puzzle, is like the things that are happening to us are whatever, right? Like they're happening for us, which was my big reframe from yesterday, not to us, right? So if you can immediately shift out of that victim mode, why is this happening to me? This sucks. And you go, all right, God, why is this happening for me? What am I getting out of this? I know that all these things that I'm experiencing are for me to help me become the person that I said I wanted to become, because there's no accidents. So like, why is this happening? How am I going to leverage this? What am I supposed to learn? It can help you to unlock, you know, that little growth piece, or to help you get out of that victim mode, or to help you, you know, snap out of it and get back on track. So every day I try to go through like my system of the unshakable way, which is like plan, connect, move, and fuel, right? And if I do that, what I found was like I was cranking and I was like connecting to God. I was feeling awesome, but like I was still not able to be consistent. I was still burning out and it was really pissing me off. And I got myself kind of into a dark place, to be honest, right? Because the results weren't what I wanted, right? I was attached to a certain outcome. I wasn't getting it. And it was pissing me off. I was getting into this victim mode. Why did you make me like this, God? Why are my relationships, right? I'm getting stressed with Jen. Why did you pair me with her? Why are we butting heads? Why are we so different in communication that we can't make sense of it, right? Why is the business not growing the way I want it? Blah, blah, blah. All these whatever, you know, negativity spirals that go down, down, down. And it was like, the missing piece that he showed me yesterday was, you need rest, son. You need rest. That's the last piece of your puzzle, like that you need to put together to make this game work. God gave us a rhythm of life, guys. He gave us this concept of like a Sabbath, whether you're religious or not, is like he created the world and then he rested, right? But that rhythm of like pushing yourself and then recovering is something that you will find in the blueprint of life, right? So that is part of the game. And if you choose to not abide in God's way and you try to do it Craig's way, you're gonna fucking crash and burn, right? So that goes for anything. When we try to deviate off of the way God made the game, it doesn't matter what we think. Our opinion is irrelevant. The facts are the facts, and when he made it this way, you can either choose to abide in that rhythm, or you can do it your own way and crash and burn. And so I've been crashing and burning. I go 100 miles an hour, and it's part of who I am. It's part of my personality, but it's also part of me wanting to do it my way and not submitting to God's way, and just owning the truth of this is the reality of life. And you can either accept the reality and operate under this system, or you can continue to experience resistance by fucking doing it your way. And so it took a little bit, right? Like I said, you get into these lows, and I was kind of in a low. I put myself in a spiral, and it took a minute to pull myself out, more than I normally would take with the tools that I have. But that was a really big lesson in that darkness, was rest, son, rest. So plan, connect, move, fuel, rest. We literally just changed the program, right? We put a fifth piece into the unshakable way that just cements it all in and locks it into place. Plan, connect, move, fuel, rest. You have to operate in a rhythm or you will die. You will burn out. Promise you that. So this is how the game goes. You go on a daily rhythm, you go on a weekly rhythm, and you go on a monthly rhythm. You plan, you set your targets. You start with your North Star. Life doesn't matter without purpose. So you have to have purpose. Once there's purpose, now you can build your map. Once you have purpose, now you can build your map. You figure out where you're at, you figure out who you are, and you figure out where you want to go with that North Star. Now you have a gap. That's what we move towards every single month. We set our 30-day target to give us a realistic chunk that we can cover inside of that month. Once we have that, we break that down into the weekly tasks. There's certain things that need to get done that week to move the needle towards a 30-day target. Once you have your week planned and you know what these action items are, then every day also has to operate with a rhythm, right? I look at my blueprint. I see where I'm going. I look at my map. I see where I'm going today. I connect to God. I connect to my purpose. I connect to my blueprint. I look at my to-do list. What do I got today, right? That's my plan. That's my connect. Then I move. I take action. I move my body. Once I start moving my body, I'm going to need some fuel. You should already know what that fuel is. If you're in our programs, you know that we map that out ahead of time, and it's boom, boom, boom. I fuel my body properly so that I get the job done, right? That's why we fuel, right? We fuel our body to perform well throughout the tasks of the day that we are called to do. We fuel our body so that we can thrive, right? We want to have energy. We want to be strong. We want to be capable. And then we rest. At the end of the day, we recap it. We cut it off and we fucking stop. We look back. Did we do all of our shit? Yes, no, why not? And then we put a period on the day and we sleep. Once we sleep, we rest and we die to that day, and we wake up reborn the next day, and we renew our mind, and we do it all over again. Every day is its own day. You are present, you are grateful, and heaven, willing, God willing, we get that next day. But if not, we rest our head on the pillow saying, hey, I gave it my all today. I was in the arena. I did the most that I could do, and that's all I can do. I can only do what I can do right now, right here, present in this moment, in this day, and that's it. And if you give your best effort day after day after day, you're going to build a life that you fucking love, period. That's it. So let go of the scarcity, the insecurities, the struggles that keep you up at night, and just know that they're not doing anything. Put it on the paper, put the phone away, boom, and then rest. That was the revelation, man. That's the training video right there. It's a long one, but that's outlining the whole system. I'll probably chop this up so I can give you the little pieces and parts, but man, that was a big one for me, and it hurt to get there, right? There's a feeling of when you're aligned with God's plan and his purpose, and you're in a growth phase and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're getting crushed. That's a weird feeling, guys. You're on track, but yet you're getting crushed. So again, perspective shift. Why is this happening for me? Well, because this is what I said I wanted, and this is the necessary pieces to the puzzle for me to grow to the next level. But that doesn't feel good in the moment. When I'm lifting a heavy ass weight and the muscle is on fire, it's building that big muscle, it hurts. When I'm holding an ISO hold and I'm trying to hold for 2 minutes and my lower back and my glutes are just ripping up, it's not pleasant in the moment. But that discipline of sitting in that and understanding that that pain is giving me progress is what then allows me to continue to push through, right? That pain and know that it's causing me to level up. So that is the game, my friends. I love you guys. Let's have an awesome day.